I think we have to do another investigation for the trial for Will Powers. And then I guess it'll be the last day for the day 3 investigation. And then it'll be the last day for the trial. That'll be fun. Alright, right in Cola offices. That was a close one. Huh? Mia? Really? Too bad, I'm sorry I missed it. Maya! So what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system that they decided to speed up the whole process. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we got no time to waste. I guess we should go here? Oh! The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think our guard's down. Yeah? Bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Whew, she's alive. That was odd. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. She always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal? He's soft a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone be treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. About Mr. Hammer. Arg! I heard about what you said yesterday, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you jacked his star down from the sky and stomped on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. I don't know. Should we walk around? Talk to people? Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the steel samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2. Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or producer. Outside Studio 2? Oh! She's here. Hey Nick, it's Miss Vasquez. Hello. Hell, H-E-L-O. Sounds funnier that way. Oh my god. Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it? Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My fey blood speaks to me. I know it, I know it. Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. He must talk about that man. Perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves. Oh dear. My goodness. Okay. Was it the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Oh, I guess we haven't looked around in here. Looks like they were designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They got some figures for how much the set costs. Can't really spend that much money on those sets. This is where they had that meeting. Their documents and paper cups scattered around. This is a water bottle? Nothing in here that could be a clue. Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. An old movie poster. Dynamite Samurai, starring Jack Hammer. I guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. Samurai Summer, starring Jack Hammer. This poster's quite old. Wow, it's been years since I saw that show. It was one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great. Typical summer romance with a samurai and a horse? Old movie poster. The Singing Samurai, starring Jack Hammer. What the hell do samurai sing about? Chopping off heads? Oh my god. That movie was the best! It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Mr. Hammer was a very accomplished singer, you know. Singing samurai stars. What's next? Ninja ballet? The glass is frosted. Can't see outside. This is far into October. The dimming daylight makes it feel like winter's coming. Well, I didn't make any progress. Maybe we should go to the detention center. Oh wait, I passed it. Detention center visitors room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed them in there. And could you wipe that grin on your face? Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Well, there's not really anything I could do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Can you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer. She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing, forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Everyone knows his name's Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high, and all that. Can imagine him being at her beck and call, though. I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of Earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started this business. He just stopped taking big roles. That's when he began appearing in little global productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel of Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, I was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. Well, maybe we should talk to her again. Oh wait, we can go here. I haven't gone here. Okay. Guess they're not filming today either. I didn't want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there are any other clues lying around. Yeah. No, no touching. Eek! Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean. I almost had a heart attack. Guess I could be a little dramatic at times. Wait, dramatic K? What? Oh, weird. Suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatic K, indeed. Anyway, I'm here to examine the play on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. So, you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make it a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there's traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Steak plate added to the court record. Okay. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. Some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, I hate to admit it. I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How's Edgeworth doing anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fear of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups? Bottles? Say, whatever happened to that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Okay. Oh, hello. What are you doing in here? Well, I was just cleaning out the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But... this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No! I was wondering if you could. If I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes. On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too. What? How would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. Guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah. Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during the filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set, then? What do you mean, The Last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No! No! Also, I hear that Globus Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. Sad, but that's what Globus Studios decided. Why are they going to make kids shows anymore? Studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. The scrapbook? And this is... A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults could save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you could tell me something. Tell me what it is that Globus Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Alright. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I could tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, producer Miss Vasquez managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Hammer. That's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks, we'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Nice, we're making progress. What, you're still slinking around? Do you like the place so much? Why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everyone's doing their darnest to forget Hammer. Who do they think they make Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nicholas? Nichols? Oh, Nichols. Nichols, Nick, Penny Nichols, that assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers? Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun. No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. You claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume? You expect me to believe that rubbish? Do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole... Oh! I have proof. Perfect. Sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. Proof that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Here's my proof. What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove? This bottle is sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? Sure, I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Was there proof that he used the pills on Powers? The plate? Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. It's worse. A paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia.
She silenced that paparazzi. That's really funny.
That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio.
The mafia? That's so random.
I see. You have to understand. Poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. Photograph? Wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer to in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with the bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor, the man who fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand.
Oh, my sound was freaking out.
Have your old photo added to the court. Okay, it's fine now. Alright. I think we should talk to her now. I wonder if we should just present it. Oh wait. Present? She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old bag. Old? She means the security leader, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right, anyway. Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? You used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. The huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind? Our conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Let's go inside the trailer. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden?
Because he dug up some dirt.
Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of his own accord. But... you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me? What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where is your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo to the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys? Oh, did I mess up? Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Do you like to be erased? What? Trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why did you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should G. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Did I just die?
Gumshoe! Oh my god! He gave a glitch! Oh my god, I don't remember this.
Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. Appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it.
I like that one guy with his hand in his pocket for no reason.
Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe, thank you. Thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick? It looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this.
And who's at the bottom?
D. Vasquez.
Ooh! That was quick.
Okay. Final trial day. I'm excited. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. In the testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. George seems a bit on edge today. Let me call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. The witness state her name and occupation. D. Vasquez, I'm a producer for Globus Studios. The day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Well, Miss Vasquez, please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. She's guilty. I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp, and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, and we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van? There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. What with that monkey's head toppling over? Manila used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
Okay. I should press.
By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area. No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. Same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I think it would have been between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hold on. You had Sal take you. What does that mean? It means what I just said. Had Sal take me in Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. That's weird. But wasn't it in Studio 2 still? Oh wait, I didn't mean to do it. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Wait, hold on. Because it's still in Studio 2, the van. Is that right? The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Sorry, I can see nothing faulty. Damn it. Thought that was it. Would it be that plate? But I thought that was for, thought that was the one Powersy. Ha, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone was left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will. Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at the table outside the trailer. Yet, there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Oh. Ms. Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how.
You ate the bone too?
You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. Oh. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order? Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Miss Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it. Yes. Fascinating. Here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found laying in the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I could prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon, because it was broken, wasn't it? Right? I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon, and pray tell what it was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
I can tell you?
Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? Afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. The photo? Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing on top of the stairs. Order, order. If I cannot have order in this court, if I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked out to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago?
Oh my god, there it is!
Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 on the day of the murder.
I have goosebumps.
Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. And she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he had caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Ho ho. Very creative, Mr. Wright. Could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny that what I say is true. Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. That the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate costume, no less. Are you claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in a space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death and carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. She couldn't deal with it. I bet she could move it. She had another way. I think, wouldn't she have been able to use the van? You'd be surprised. I bet she could do it. If people think their life depends on it, they can do amazing things. It's not an episode of That's Incredible. You claim she did everything in 15 minutes. Let me guess. Show me proof. Correct. Show me proof.
What? How did you read my mind?
How am I supposed to do that? Then I won't have you making unsustainable...
Clay, I butchered that.
Wait a second. How does he know what I'm thinking? Huh. I need to only look at your cold sweat running down your face to know what you're thinking. Mr. Wright, perhaps you like to reconsider your claim. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? I guess she had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body? Oh, here we go. This is what I was supposed to say. I was on the right track, kind of. Other than with her own hands. For instance. Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. The van! Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. Just be a rehearsal afterwards. We went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal talk me. There's a van there, right? Had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body in the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget that it was Sal Manella who drove that van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Yeah. He does everything she says. Of course, Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There was no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? Huh. So what happens next? Don't question me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost. Something like that. I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer.
This is so awkward. Can someone speak?
Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright.
What? What?
Order? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts. Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely that she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Knowing when to give up. Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You ask the same questions and get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. Come so far, only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of witness Ms. Vasquez.
Edgeworth?
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your
Honor. I didn't. Oh my god.
I see, very well.
Your Honor. I request that the witness testify again.
You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth? I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Rarely I say or go. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. Witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth? Who knows? He probably realized that she did it too. But wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth.
Or at least squeezed that out. That was funny.
I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, and Powers showed up. Security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home.
She just went home after that. It's crazy.
See no issues raised by this testimony? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination? Okay, Nick, we're real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the keys you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Okay. Okay.
Let's press.
What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Let's press a little harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, and you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy? Okay. His Power's taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember. Remember what? There is a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? It certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around. Discovered a murdered body, and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. When no one there was thinking very logical, I assure you. Also, without a steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at a location. No one noticed he was missing.
Poor Powers.
Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez. We continue. Okay. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. I stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey Nick! Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. It was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. Oldbag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right. The Steel Samurai. I don't think we need to press that one. I'll hold back, I think. Sure, she's already anticipated everything I could throw at her. I don't think we need to discuss that anymore. So you left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out? Yes. Seems that everyone else was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They're nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there's no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you. Or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot of writing on it, with all those bigwigs in at the meeting. I'm sure our professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Get my script and direction notes. I'm not sure if this is relevant. Script and direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? She wouldn't have known about it before. Very well. That's weird. She wouldn't have known about the murder yet. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Ms. Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have to know about the murder before going to Studio 1.
Oh, she slipped up. I thought that was weird.
Order, order. Mr. Edgeworth? What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change your testimony to reflect this reason. That hammer was injured and couldn't do anything. Couldn't do any reaction themes, so I left them behind.
Wait. That's... Wait. Wasn't it Powers? I don't know how to prove that. I'll press it for now.
How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal the director. I had to find something to peg her on this one here. Everything we've done till now will have been wasted. Believe in you, Nick. Go get him.
Wait, oh shoot, I didn't mean to press. I was trying to open my... Dang it! I didn't mean to do that. Should I present that photo? I knew that hammer... My brain. I knew it, okay. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. I was right. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. Saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. When was he doing this? Well, it would have been after you put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 when he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order, order, I will have order. Witness, can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? There was a reason, and it's unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on this matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can prove it. Of course I can't prove it. I don't think I have any evidence. I don't think she had a motive at all. I think Powers was trying to kill her. I mean, not Powers. Hammer. Nick, no! Saying you can't prove it wouldn't be admitting defeat. She'll get away. But what proof could I possibly have? I don't care if it's impossible. You still have to fight this one. Okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you. Present to the court evidence as Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. Oh, apparently I do have proof? I guess the photo. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, this case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed on him, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, Mr. Hammer's last role as evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. I never got rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. She had no motive. This is exactly what he said. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who was so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Oh, she broke her thing. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez! What? What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No! No. How could this... It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel. Manuel? Manuel? Manuel. I probably read... Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. Manuel. I think that's how you say it. No! Please, please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Appears you have brought yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. Think you're not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant Mr. Will Powers. Yeah. That is all. This court is adjourned. Nice. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. To think that he tried to frame me for the murder. It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Oh. Well, this is what I think it is. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... Probably this. It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show, and as a villain to boot. Kids loved the Steel Samurai, so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. He would have changed places with him. I would have changed places with him at any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP.
Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Oh. Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Nick! Edgeworth!
Why does he look so mad? Say something, right? Not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. A big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. Must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better if we had not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. I don't think that's easy. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
Flashback? Oh no. And so the curtain closed on another trial. Caused quite a story by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. Went back to making kid shows again.
Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right?
I admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Yeah, that would be interesting. We did it! Oh my god, this one's crazy. Get ready for this. Oh my god, yes, please save. Nice. Alright, new episode. We're done with the studio drama. So cool. Oh wait, no. And then